All right, everyone, welcome. This is the 2025 ONEIDA WPA Women's 8-Ball World Championships. This is your second featured table, table number 2 in digital pool brackets. We are making some tech adjustments as we go, so um, please go ahead and enjoy the show. I will get you all the details of the players, etc. here shortly, running just a tad behind. So thank you. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond, and you are enjoying the best women 8-ball players in the world. All right, so that is Olivia Cheng currently shooting there. Guys, so just making some quick tech adjustments. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're not familiar with the WPBA, you will be, but please make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and welcome Billiard TV fans as well as Amazon Prime. Um, looks like we've got Samia Konishi, and I do believe it's Konishi Samia. Konishi would be, this is the first time that I've actually had the pleasure of watching her play. And then Olivia Cheng is our American representative, one of the American representatives. There's, I believe, 20 ladies from the U.S. playing. If I'm correct, I may be wrong, but 17 different countries represented. One of these ladies is going to be a world champion in 8-ball. First time that the WPA has ever done a women's world 8-ball, so we're really excited to be producing this event for you. We are streaming 4 tables, but at the moment we've only got the 2 up. We're going to go ahead and try to get the other 2 started for you guys. So bear with me as we get acclimated to the setup. We've got a lot of tables and a lot of things going on. So it looks like Konishi is at the table. Olivia didn't quite finish the rack. They are playing with the Aramith Black series of balls and the Taom template rack. Okay, guys, so we're getting everything set up. We apologize for any delay or anything that's going on around the room. There's a lot of moving parts in this particular event. This is being produced by Expool. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond. I am typically the voice of the WPBA, but this weekend I'm working for Expool to help them produce this event. We do have 4 tables being featured at the moment. We have table 1, which is our featured table, should also be on our YouTube. Table 2 will be this table that you're currently watching, and we have 3 and 4 happening also. Getting all the things set up. So we do have certified referees at every table, and they will be racking for the ladies and moving any balls, moving the racks, anything that they need to do. This is rack 1. This is a race to 7. All right, so Olivia's left herself pretty awkward over this 8 ball. They are using standard WPA player rules, 8 ball rules. Wow. All right, so that worked out, and I do think that she has Konishi completely jail hooked on the point of the pocket. We are using the new Olhausen Pro tables. For those of you guys who are not familiar, these are the new Tournament Pro um, tables. It is amazing. It's engineered with composite high density rails. uh, AccuFast cushions, very highly engineered frame with 26-point precision leveling. They have more than 50 years experience at Olhausen. And it's based loosely on the Olhausen Sheridan 3 table designs. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, you could do a little research. They have these super flush pockets, which is awesome, and a standard WPA 4.5-inch pocket. All right, so Olivia gets ball in hand on the 8 ball. She's going to take rack number 1 for her World Championships. Hey, rack 1 for Olivia Cheng. Okay. All right, so Olivia does take rack 1. The scores have not been updated. I'm not sure if they're just not using their tablet, but you can see the scoreboard in the center of the screen there. What's that, PA? Pro-Am? All right, guys. So Olivia looking really solid. I will say this, Olivia is a very versed 8-ball player here in the US. She is super talented, very, very capable, and she does play 8-ball on a regular basis. So I favor her that if she gets comfortable, she thinks well in her 8-ball pattern. So I favor her to do well in this event. She has a lot of experience with 8-ball. All right, so she's calling the 10 in the side. And she has bumped the 1 out of the way. Although she's going to leave herself long, she is sitting well. And she does have sight. She would have preferred the cue ball not to track so far down table. We do have 3 tables at the moment. I'm not sure. that we've got the fourth up and rolling just yet, but we are working on it. Tables 1, 2 are the feature tables. Table 1 is being produced, well, the whole thing is being produced by Xpool. Table 1 has different commentary. I'm not sure who all they've got in there. Probably Sean Denny, maybe Kyle Ferguson doing the commentary on that. We're just trying to get all of the matches set up. Table 2. Table 2 is this feature table. Keeping it pretty simple, but thank you guys for watching. We appreciate your support. And then we have tables 3 and 4 being broadcast. I'm not exactly sure. Right now on table 4, we have Soledad Ayala versus Katarins. Not exactly sure. So I think it's Wazalowska um, playing against Solid at the moment. So there's that. There is no commentary on our bonus 3 and 4. So just be aware of that. There is no commentary. But if one of your favorite players is going to be playing on 3 or 4, know that you should be able to see it. Not sure that 4 has been set up just yet, or 3 hasn't been set up yet, but 4 is definitely up and running. Okay, so Konishi has a decent start at this. Uh, she shouldn't, as long as the 7 does go past into this bottom right-hand corner pocket, she's sitting in a decent position to have a nice out and get herself on the board. The score is 1-0 in favor of Olivia Cheng. Not really sure why the digital pool scoring is not happening just yet, but rest assured, folks, we'll get that all figured out. Though the scoreboard at the bottom of your screen that you see is the player's responsibility to mark. So I'm not sure if they just don't have those set up yet or what exactly is happening with that. But we will rest, no worries, we'll have it taken care of shortly. All right, so I think she's sitting perfectly to get to the brown 7. You see her walking to the left side of the table, making sure that she knows the line of the cue that she would like to have. Now here she just has to make a decision. Is she just going to roll it in to try to keep the cue off the rail? Just like that. She doesn't want the cue ball to land on the rail. That makes things way more difficult for position. Plus, it's just harder to pocket the ball when your cue is on the rail. All right, so she's looking at her line, and from this camera view, she could maybe go 2 rails back out to shoot in the 8 in the bottom left-hand corner. She may be able to go 1 rail back up to shoot the 8 in the same pocket. Okay, so she went 1 rail forward for the 8 in the left. Well done. This will get Konishi on the board. They are playing a race to 7. 8 ball. Pretty exciting stuff, right? 8 ball. We as American pool players especially, and as producing, part of the WPBA, we only play 9 ball, so playing the 8 ball is pretty awesome. All right, she's waited for all the balls to stop moving. Our referee will come to the table. They will be racking. Now on our feature table, the ladies will be on a mandatory shot clock, but on this one at the moment, I don't believe they have them on the mandatory shot clock. It's going to break down to amount of time available. All right, so I looked away to do some production work. It looks as though did she break dry? So Olivia comes to the table. Oh, well played. Nice speed. Smart play by Olivia. She got right underneath the brown side on the left side of it. She should be able to just roll this ball in. Not sure if she will bump the 8. We'll see what Olivia does here, or if she can track forward for the red 3. If she can bump the 8 and get on the 4, that would be wonderful. All right, so she rolled forward. She's got the 3 or possibly the purple 4. Actually, I think that's the 5. It is. We're using the pink 4 and the purple 5, the Aramith Black series. I gotta remember that. If you're wanting to follow along with the brackets and find out what tables are what, you can go to digitalpool.com. This is an all ball foul situation, so I'm sure that Olivia has to be very mindful not to touch the 8. Well played. Not sure if she got in the window of the 5, but she should be okay. I think she's, if not, and I do think she might be snookered from the 2 as well. She does need to shoot the pink 4 up table, though. Nice. After this rack, we will go check the other scores around the room. This is round 1 for the WPA ONEIDA World 8-Ball Championships. 64 of some of the top, or the top ladies in pool. On around the world. Each federation, each country has the opportunity to send a certain amount of players. Well played, Olivia. 2-1 in the lead over Konishi. All right, let's see if we got some of the live scores around the room. This is what's happening here. This is a fantastic event. We've got Christina Tkach on our feature table over Elise Q, 2-1. Table 3, which we are working on a live feed, and I do believe that live feed is up. She is playing Lori John Brown over Yuki Hiraguchi. Looks like Yuki has taken 2-0 lead over Lori John. And then Ayala Soledad and Wizalowska are 1-1. That's on our bonus table number 4. Margarita Fefilova and Adriana Villar are just getting started. Brittany Bryant and Stephanie Mitchell are 1-1. Cheng versus Kibaraglu, 2-0 over Ailul. And now Wang Wanling, and it looks like Jiang Yen V, 3-0 in favor of Wang. So let's get back to our feature match. Referee has completed racking Olivia Cheng to break. Olivia has been playing the last couple of years on the WPBA, the Women's Professional Billiards Association. Here in the U.S., she has been moving up the ranks just maybe a hair outside of the top 32, although I am not sure what her world ranking is at the moment. She's a solid player. I believe she does reside in Illinois. So I really struggle to tell the difference between the 10 ball and the 8 ball, but I do believe I can tell the difference here. She'll shoot the 11 next. She'll have to play position. Looks as though she believes the 10 will go into the right-hand side pocket. You can tell from her body movement around the table. Yeah, it's a little tricky. I think she's a little steeper in angle than she'd like. She's just going to roll her in with a little bit of spin. Should be able to pocket this ball in the right-hand side pocket. Just kind of stun the cue ball over slightly for the 8 in the same pocket. She also may be able to roll it forward, but I can't tell that, so I think she's going to play this stun. Very well played. Nice out by Konishi. All right, tying up the score, 2-2. Let's check out what's going on around the room. Other matches being played, obviously tables 3 and 4, we do have bonus streams as well. They are no commentary, just bonus coverage. So welcome to enjoy that. Someone kicked the camera on one of our bonus tables, actually, so make some adjustments on that for the folks at home. We're going to make some changes there. Like I said, no commentary, no sound, but definitely good coverage regardless. guys, we're back. Sorry about the delay and the not being here for your commentary. We're still doing some tech work on the back side, so shout out to Xpool for producing this event. I'm just part of the comms team for this one, so enjoy. All right, so the 9-12 are a little weird. Obviously, she's got to find a way to get into those balls somehow. They don't really go. She may have to go under them and try to shoot something in the side pocket. Very difficult. Not sure, based on someone stepping in the booth, if she had an ability earlier to get into those balls, if she just missed that. Or what the scenario was leading to this point, but you can see that the 12-9 are definitely in a strange position. Don't know if they're wired to go into the right-hand side pocket, but Olivia's looked them through, so I'm sure she's got a plan. All right. Okay. Not a terrible time to lay up. She takes that pocket. She also has the one ball blocked up in the top left corner. Konishi may have to play some form of a safety play. I don't know that that's an option. The 3 doesn't pass. Now she can pocket the 6 in the top right corner. It could be more difficult because she's going to have to hold the pace to shoot the 1 in the same pocket, or find another pattern around the table. Able is definitely a game of opportunity, but at the same time, there's 7 different ways you can get out on the same rack. So, so much of 8-ball is preferential. Some people have methods. You know, some people like to shoot all the balls at one end of the table first. Some people like to shoot everything but the balls that are around the 8-ball and leave those for last. I think it's definitely a preferential game, which, in my opinion, 8-ball shows a lot of creativity from the player, more so than you see maybe in 9-ball. All right, so now I'm not necessarily opposed to this. I think Olivia would be smart. Now, I am a big 8-ball player. I do enjoy 8-ball. She may be able to get to where she can play the combo on the 15-11, but she wants to leave enough angle that she can slide that cue over and move into those balls, or she can even come underneath them. She may have fallen a little short on this. The window is so very tiny through the 8-3. I'm not sure. I think she would have liked more angle than that even. Because what's going to happen is she's going to play the combination. Oh, so she's not playing the combo. See, I would have enjoyed the combo because then you put the 15 in front of that pocket if you don't get an opportunity at him. See, like that. Now, she'd have played the combination and tried to get the cue ball underneath those balls. The 15 would be available to her. This is difficult. Those balls never sat well. They never really sat well. Looks like Liv's going to go ahead and just thin the 12 ball and try to stick the cue under the 8. She's at the point where there's just no offensive options. Time to look for a nice safety. And she's overhit it and left Konishi on the 5 ball. This gives Konishi a real opportunity here to take the lead in this match. Although their score is not updated, it is 2-2. It's not updated on the ticker, but on their digital pool scoring. Let's see if I can see if we can get that too. I don't know if that helps or no. It doesn't look as though it's been updated. Right, so she left the 5. So I wonder if the 5 passes the 8. It must pass the 8 into the top or the bottom left. Boy, from this angle, it sure doesn't look like it, does it? Well played. All right. Konishi taking the lead 3-2 over Olivia Cheng. Let's look at some of the matches going on around the room, guys. Christina Takacha is up 3-2 over Elise on our other feature table. Yuki Hiraguchi and Lori John Brown 3-2. Lori John is staying in there. Soledad Ayala is up 4-1 over Wesolowska. Very close in fraggle rate between those two. Margarita is taking a lead 2-1 over Adriana Villar. Brittany Bryant's up 3-1 over Stephanie Mitchell. Cheng and Kiba Raglu. Cheng is up 2-0. Wang Wanling is up 4-1 over Yanvi Duang. Duang Yanvi. I apologize for that. Getting better at these names. Some of these girls I'm not familiar with, and so many of them in the room have played in WPBA events in the past, which I'm obviously familiar with. But a couple of the other ladies, there are some ladies here who are international players that we have not seen. All right, not the best break. Everything kind of rolled over to the right side of the table. I think you'll find that with these ladies, when they first start the breaking process, they're really going to be looking for and trying to figure out what's the best break. Will it be a second ball break, which we all know is the famous 8-ball break, right? Will it be a second ball break? Will it be a head-on break? Will they be bridging from the rail? Will they be bridging from the middle of the table? And as the day goes on, you're going to see these ladies really figuring that out. All right, so she maybe a small lapse of focus, focusing more on breaking the balls out. So Olivia comes to the table with not a ton of options. Just really no great patterns to get out here. We'll see Olivia. She's, like I said, a very well-versed 8-ball player. She's very comfortable in 8-ball. Plays in many regional 8-ball events throughout the country in the United States. All right, so she plays it top right. Beautiful shot. Well, she has to make some decisions here. She may be able to play the purple 5. She could also play the 3 right now if she'd like. Yeah, she's choosing to do so. Might actually set her up better to find a way back into that green 6. The green 6 does need to be opened up. So here she could possibly shoot the 2 if she'd like. She may be also able to play a safety here. She just pushes the 6 out and freezes the cue ball up on the 9. There are a couple options. The safety play is a very smart play. The only thing that you know has me a little concerned is if she can tuck up enough to hide Olivia from the 15. And she has not. I believe that she has opened that up for Olivia. She's opened up her 6, but I don't know that Olivia will give her another opportunity. She's sitting in a decent enough position. Referee comes to check and make sure for frozen balls. All right, big bounce. Okay, so Olivia may opt to try to find another safety. She may have to hit the underside of this 9 and try to stick the cue ball under the purple 5. Yeah, so she just tried to leave difficulty, but unfortunately, she may have tied her own ball up. All right, nice shot by Olivia. All right, so if that combination doesn't go, although I am almost curious as though it does, I can't see from the shadows of the balls. It may actually be not frozen, so she may be able to throw that ball into the pocket quite easily. Now here she wants to be mindful. If she shoots this ball, she's pushing the 10 ball towards the 6. Can't tell if it's ahead of it or below it. All right, so she's going for the... Yeah, that's a much better shot. Actually, for some reason with the blacks, I struggle to decipher between the stripes, which one's which. I do believe the 10-9 combination, and then the 12 is the ball in the middle of the table. Oh, she has sucked right up to the blue 2. I do think the 10 pushed towards the 6 as well and is on top of it, not in a great position. I think the 10 would go up table to the top right corner, but other than that, there's not a great offensive shot. Frozen to the blue. I don't even know if she can cross over the 12 for a bank, but that still doesn't lend her to the 10 ball. The way that 10 ball pushed to the side, which I actually had made mention earlier, if it was above the 6 at all and it pushed over it, the 6 could definitely cause some chaos in this rack. If she's under it, she can shoot it up table, but she has to be careful not to touch the 2. She's just going to try to get her close to the 2. Multiple tables being streamed at the moment. Only 2 tables have commentary. Table 1 is your feature table. This is table 2, your second feature table with commentary. But we are also covering tables 3 and 4. When this rack is over, we'll check out the scores going on around the room. You want to follow along for yourselves, you can go to digitalpool.com. Go to the ONEIDA WPA World Championships. Women's World 8-Ball Championships. Check it out. Follow along with all your favorite players on there. And also you can follow the live scores as well of all the matches going on in the room. We have a 12, 2, 4, and 6 o'clock rounds that is Central Time Zone. Does she drain it? Wow. How'd she hit it, folks? Unfortunately, her cue ball drags back down table. I think she played that more of a 2-way in order to not bump the 6 in the process of pocketing the 2. Rolling this 7 in could be difficult. It depends on the position. I don't have a side view set up for this table just yet. Some technical difficulties getting these tables set up this week. So once we have all of it done, I'm sure we'll be able to give you all the views. Please, if you're watching on WPBA Billiards on YouTube, please take just a second to share this to all your favorite pool groups. Let them know we're live. Share on your social medias as well, like the ability to follow along. Share any of our posts on WPBA, Women's Professional Billiards Association. We appreciate all the support and all the help. Thank you to the WPA for allowing us to bring to you the World 8-Ball Championship. This is the first one of its kind, sanctioned by the WPA for women. We're pretty proud to be a part of that. All right, so she gets back out to the center of the table, tries to get more towards the middle of the table. Maybe under hit that a tiny bit. But she can shoot the 7, dragging over for the 6. She'd have gone a little closer to the 6. Oh, once again, I did it again. The 8 ball is on the left side long rail. The 10 ball is above the 6. Nice smooth follow through by Konishi. Little angle on the 8, not too terribly bad. I favor her to have no problem at all to make this, extending her lead over Olivia Cheng. Well done. I think Olivia is getting ready to take a break. You guys, I'm going to let you guys check the scores going on around the room. These are the other matches. Remind you, tables 1, 3, and 4 also being live streamed. We're going to take a break as well. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, so these are some of the other matches going on around the room. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond. I am typically the producer and the voice of the WPBA live stream, but today we are promoting the Women's World 8-Ball Championships here in the Oneida Hotel and Casino in Green Bay, Wisconsin. This stream is being brought to you by X-Pool. If you're not familiar, please go and check out their socials. Some of the other matches that are going on around the room while we wait for Olivia to come back from her break. Christina Tkach is down 4-3. So our world number 1 is down by 1 rack to Elise on our number 1 feature stream table. Yuki Hiraguchi and Lori John Brown are tied at 3s. Soledad has taken a big lead over Wazalowska, 6-1 in this race to 7, so she is sitting on the hill. That is on our feature table, number 4. Margarita Fefalova is 4-2 over Adriana Villar. Brittany Bryan has commanded a lead over Stephanie Mitchell, 5-1. We call her Pearl. Pearl Cheng is up 4-0 over Ilu Kibaragalu. Wang Wanling is up 5-2 over Yen Vi. So lots of good stuff going on here. This is the very first round of the Women's 8-Ball World Championships. Brought to you by Olhausen and J. Pechauer Custom Cues, as well as Oneida Casino and Hotel. Olhausen has brought us, while they're actually waiting, we'll chat about that. Olhausen has brought us the new highly engineered 26-point precision leveled composite high-density rails. This is the Tournament Pro Series produced by Olhausen. This is their debut event. We are pretty excited about that. They play beautifully. They do have a standard WPA 4.5-inch pocket. They also have the super flush corners. You guys can see it in your view there. If you get a ball stuck in the jaws of the pocket, it is level queuing for you folks. With this newly engineered pocket, you can level queue. And so we're really excited about that. They are based loosely on the Olhausen Sheridan 3 table. And they're using the AccuFast cushions. Those of you who are not familiar, Olhausen has more than 50 years of experience building pool tables, and when they decided to be our table sponsor for this event, they built these tables specifically. Kenny, as a matter of fact, shout out to Kenny from Olhausen, specifically built this table for this World Championship, and now they will be marketed and sold. I do believe every table here is sold already. Konishi to break. All right, so once again, she broke from the side. All the balls tracked to the right side of the table. I do want to say real quickly as well that Olhausen does sponsor a wonderful list of players that are amazing representatives of their equipment. April Larson, Christina Zlateva, Kennedy Myman, Jordan Helfrey, Sophia Mast. Lori John has been the longest sponsored player by Olhausen in history. Ashley Benoit has recently signed with them, as well as Caroline Powell. So they have been sponsoring Lori John since she was 14 years old. Dan, the owner, his goal is to return to Olhausen's roots of sponsoring women's pool. And Dan and Donnie acquired Olhausen in 2023, a little bit before that, I want to say. It was founded in 1972, but by brothers Butch and Donnie Olhausen, and they're American-made pool tables, now made near Nashville, Tennessee. Borzay acquired it, the majority, in 2023. That is right. So thank you to Dan and his team for supporting women's pool. All right, nice carom off the 10 ball in the side. And I can't tell from here if the 5 rolls up underneath that 11 into the side pocket. It's very tight if it does. The 1 may also be very tight past the 12. Looks like she's calling it in the side. It's looking very, very tight. This is the only camera view that I have at the moment, so I can't get a better look for you guys at home. All right, so she slid the cue over. Well done. So I do believe this is all ball fouls, meaning that Konishi needs to be very careful that she doesn't rub the 12, or sorry about that, 15. Okay. So does need to be very careful here. All right, so she does play the ball. It does pocket off that ball, the striped ball by the corner. But looks like though she's going to add some extension to her cue so she can reach comfortably. This A ball, she's calling it in this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Well done, well done. All right, taking a 5-2 lead over Olivia Cheng. Konishi Samia. Some of the other matches going on. Elise has taken a lead over Christina on our feature table number 1, 5-3. Yuki and Lori John are still sitting at threes. Oyala is up 6-2 over Wesolowska. Margarita is 5-2 still over Adriana Villar. Brittany Bryant still 5-1 over Stephanie Mitchell. Cheng is up 4-1. Ilu has gotten on the board, and Wang Wan Ling is up 5-3 over Jiang Yen V. Lots of good matches going on still throughout the room. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the start of a very long week. Lots of great matches to bring you guys. We do, like I said, we do have 4 feature tables going on at the moment. If you're watching on Billiard TV or Amazon Prime, please, you're welcome to come over to WPBA Billiards on YouTube and join our chat family. We have a wonderful group of people who sit in the chat room and enjoy themselves while watching our broadcast, so we appreciate you. If not, thank you for tuning in. All right, dry break by Olivia. They're going to remove the Taom, the official rack sponsor of the World Championships. A nice template rack. So solids look to be the better suit, especially with the 11-15 tied up on that right long rail. She's got a long but makeable starting shot on the purple 5. All right, so the cue ball does track forward. She probably would have enjoyed staying above the 8 ball to shoot the 1 next, but lots of options still for Konishi. So I play a lot of 8 ball. I think the 2 ball would be a much more usable shot to get where she needs to go. She does need to get on the 1 without the 1 and the 7 are, in my opinion, the tougher of the balls that are left on the table positionally. I'd like to see her get in those windows now, not waiting. She might be able to do it easily from the 4 or the 6. But in 8 ball, there are a million different ways to get out on 4 balls, 5 balls. So we'll see what Konishi chooses to do. She wouldn't mind landing in almost the same space or the same line that the cue ball's in now to the one, to be fair. Now here's where this is a bit of a problem. She had the line on the one to begin with. We'll see what she's choosing to do. She can play the 6 and roll down, shooting the 7 in the lower left. There's just a lot of pockets available. The problem ball ultimately, in my opinion, positionally is going to be the 1. I play a lot of 8 ball, and that seems to be the ball that is the most difficult to get placement on. The 7 I feel as though has some more pockets available to it, etc. So if she shoots the 7 now, she may be able to get on the 1, and this is preferential as well. Yeah, she did catch the window on the 7. She got a little fortunate there. She can drag this cue ball around. Now she's sitting well. She can play the 1 and draw the cue over. She can play the 6 and draw it just a few inches back, falling beautifully in the window of the 1. I think she's been trying to get to this 1 ball the whole rack, the way that she would have liked. She got a little fortunate and fell on the window of the 7 right there in that last shot, but that's okay. I mean, this is 8 ball. You can have plan A, B, or C. All right, so she does get back out there. Great shot by Konishi. She may be able to pinch it and hold this. I can't tell the angle that she has. There's also options. I mean, she could also slide in between the 10 and the 8 and shoot the 8 in the left side as well. So there's a few options for this. This is, once again, preferential. It depends a lot on what kind of angle she's got. If she can just pinch it and stop it right there. She went ahead and rolled it forward, which is fine also. Nice done follow there. Great shot by Konishi. That's what I mean about 8 ball, and that's why I think I love 8 ball so much, is that there's a lot of creativity in 8 ball, and I think you see a lot of players' creativity in 8 ball. You see more than just their standard, I know how to follow the lines. Where in 8 ball, you're going to see more decision making because they are allowed to make those decisions. And there is really no right or wrong path. And I think the hardest part is just always locating your trouble balls early, trying to either break them out or do, make good moves throughout the rack at an early stage. Like waiting to the end to get onto your trouble balls can be disastrous, especially maybe once you get nervous, or you may miss that position by, a hair one way or the other. It depends on the type of player you are. Some people overhit things when they're nervous. Some people underhit them. But regardless, the thing about 8 ball that I enjoy is that there's so much character in it. You get to see players' personality and maybe their choice and style of play a little more than you do in 9 ball, simply because with 9 ball, the pattern is laid out for you. It tells you, it's like a map on how to win the rack. In 8 ball, it's more decision making and, preference. There's a lot to 8 ball. So I'm personally excited, being that I'm a Hall of Famer in 8 ball. I have a very special place in my heart for this game, so I'm excited to see how this tournament goes. Who's coming in with their mad 8 ball skills? We have a couple girls coming that have come from playing hay ball, which is 8 ball. And so I'll see if some of those girls end up becoming, favorites as the tournament progresses. We'll see if that's works in their favor, which it very well could. Once again, weird break. Going a lot of the pack going to the right side in which she's breaking from. All right, so the referee's trying to decide if there's 2 or more balls touching the rack. Typically, they won't pick their rack up. You'll have to shoot something off of it first, and then they would be more open to doing so. If you are wanting to watch on some of the other matches that are going on, don't forget, you guys can open up multiple YouTubes and multiple, you know, screens, tablets, computers, TVs. Please make sure you support. We want to make sure that the World 8 Ball happens again for these ladies. It's very important. All right, so that does count. Even though she did catch the edge of the brown 7 first. It's still her ball. Call your ball, call your pocket. As long as you make a legal hit on one of your suit first, it does count. All right, so he's decided he's going to move the rack. Okay, so she did shoot the cue ball. He's going to go ahead and leave that. It looks as though it may be still touching the edge of the 1. I don't have another view to show you guys just yet, folks, but I'm sure we'll get there. Scoreline is 6-2 with Konishi on the hill. This is a race to 7. All right, so she, excuse me, she may opt to play a bank here on that ball if she can't get proper position. And I can't tell. I do think that's the 9 ball. It is tied up with the green 6. The 1 ball is gone. So she's going to go for the breakout. All right, and she does get away with that. She does get away with that shot. So nice breakout by Konishi. In 8 ball, there's so many things that they factor in when you're breaking out the balls. The speed at which you break, and break them out. You can't just always crush them, though. In that case, she did use some pace, and that's great because it was what she needed. Sometimes, you know, you just tap them to move them apart, so you call separation. But in that case, I do believe the 6 needed to be moved. I don't know if she's going to opt to take the bank shot on her last ball. I'm just not sure. Oh, so that's not the 2 ball. Folks, that's the 10. My apologies. Once again, the Black Series has got me. She's shooting the 8 ball on the hill, ladies and gentlemen. Konishi Samia is victorious over Olivia Cheng. Olivia Cheng will be taking the scenic route through this event, and Konishi will advance forward on the A side. Playing again, I believe, tomorrow. So thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Lonnie Fox Raymond, and you are watching WPBA Billiards on YouTube. This is the ONEIDA Women's 8 Ball World Championship. Here are some of the other matches going on around the room, guys. We're going to be back at the 2 o'clock round. We'll be back in action and bringing you some of the best lady players in the world. We do have 4 tables being streamed. If you want to follow along at digitalpool.com, you absolutely can do that. Elise is 6-4 over Christina on our other feature table at the moment. Yuki is up 4-3 over Lori John Brown. She's an 8-time world champion, which is pretty awesome. Brittany Bryan is 5-2 over the Velvet Hammer, Stephanie Mitchell. Cheng is up 5-1 over Ilu Kibaragalu. I thought I saw her rack another rack, so she may actually be up 6-1, but I'm not positive. We call her Pearl. And then Wang Wanling is up 5-4, letting Jiang Yen V back in the match. All right, so let's see. Konishi has advanced forward. She will be playing the winner of Christina and Elise next round. That will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then we got the winner of Yuki and Lori John playing Soledad. Soledad did come out of that round victorious in her match. That was on one of our bonus tables. Margarita did win, so she advances forward. She'll be on our featured table at 10 a.m. tomorrow versus the winner of Brittany Bryan or Stephanie Mitchell. So lots of good action. So it looks for our table 2 feature matchup. It looks like it's going to be Lu Shin Mai or Mai Shin Lu. I'm not exactly sure on that. We'll make sure we get that figured out for you. Versus Lena Primus next. On this table, we are going to reboot the stream, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, my name is Lonnie Fox Raymond, and you are watching the ONEIDA Women's 8-Ball World Championships.
Digital Pool is the ultimate app for billiards enthusiasts, tournament directors, and league operators. Digital Pool enables world-class billiards events by using innovative technology to enhance and streamline the experience at every angle. Experience features like live scoring, text notifications, table assignments, real-time match updates, automatic reporting the Fargo rating, player stats and profiles, live streaming overlays, online player registration, and digital payment tracking. Enjoy all this and more by signing up for